Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. We got a very interesting article, and since we have memory, we remember stuff. I will remind you of the reconstruction of Iraq as an example of how Iraq's reconstruction worked out after the invasion of that country, sovereign country, independent country, by the coalition of righteous. They said, well, we're going to bring freedom and democracy to Iraq. Okay, they brought freedom, neither, I think, freedom and democracy, and we're going to reconstruct Iraq. And there were governments, borrowing money, giving to some companies. They were bidding on on that money and going over there and reconstructing Ukraine, Iraq. Have you seen all those skyscrapers over there in Iraq and all those freeways and everything that? That's because of this reconstruction effort. Now we're going to reconstruct Ukraine too. So it's going to be the same outcome. Some people are going to make some big bucks. Some companies going to have a lot of profit. Some banks will definitely have a lot of profit. And not only that, they will gain something else. I'm going to explain to you what. That's properties. When that country, Ukraine, will not be able to, it has to use a collateral, something collateral to get all this help from the bankers. What do you think the collateral is going to be? Grass? Maybe not that kind, but nevertheless. So we have here an article from Republic World from today, July 5th, 2022. This is the title. Ukraine Prime Minister Shmyhal discusses economic revival with IMF official, says agency's role vital. So Prime Minister of Ukraine, Zelensky, Shmyhal, he talks with a bank, which is International Monetary Fund, who's going to be vital in revival of Ukraine. All right, let's see what Shmyhal dealt in the marketplace with IMF. Where is Jesus to come and just, do like this, turn the tables upside down? On Monday, Ukrainian Prime Minister Denis Shmyhal discussed measures to support the economy during the war with Alfred Kamer, director of IMF's European Department. Alfred. All right. So it says here that the two leaders, it's interesting, discussed various other issues at the Ukraine Recovery Conference held in Lugano, Switzerland. So Switzerland, another banking center, discusses with Shmyhal and with IMF how to reconstruct for free, I guess. A lot of loans with big interest that Ukraine will never be able to pay, but will be, how should I put it, will be like a servant, will be a vassal state to the international banking system, which is great from those guys' perspective. And Shmyhal doesn't care. He's going to still be in power because he's going to be allowed to be in power since he's doing great deals for Ukraine. All right. So it says here that Shmyhal also told Kamer about the government's measures to support Ukraine's economy during the war, and plans for the energy sector development and the implementation of reforms were discussed at the meeting. And then Shmyhal used the Twitter, and he said the government appreciates the IMF's contribution to supporting the economy of our country. Supporting? They're over there for a kill. You know that, right? They all know. Only the baboons below 86 IQ will think that, yeah, they come and help us. You'll see how that helps. It's going to turn out. A bank is going to help you. All right. Okay. The government appreciated IMF's contribution to supporting the economy of our country during the war. I emphasized this during a meeting with Alfred Kamer during URC 2020. He tweeted. Great, great, great. So let's see. He says, he added that the government will, according to the Ukraine Forum report during the meeting, the Ukrainian Prime Minister said, in particular, mechanisms were introduced to support the most valuable sections of the population, forcibly displaced persons and business. That's very nice. That's great. He added saying, the government will now provide non-refundable grants for the development of small and medium-sized enterprises, as well as stimulate the development of processing. What do you mean non-refundable? Who pays for that? Someone pays for that. Who's paying for that? IMF? But so you're non-refundable to those guys, but the country is going to become tangled, grabbed, snatched by those guys. Nothing is free, only stupidity. Oh, it rhymes too, so nevertheless, nothing is free but stupidity, I guess. You'll find it everywhere in different doses. That's the omnipresent thing, not like air, but nevertheless. So I thank the IMF for the quick response to the challenges faced by Ukraine due to the armed aggression of the Russian Federation, and for assistance within the framework of the rapid financial instrument. The creation of the IMF Special Administrative Account for Ukraine made it possible to promptly receive funds from partner countries. So partner countries went to IMF, and IMF unloads it to Shmyhal. And Shmyhal would take a very nice, careful note who pays what and accounts for that. Now, we find out how much the recovery plan will cost you or the Russians. Ukraine needs $750 billion. $750 billion for recovery plan. I bet it's more than that. This is just, to get you warmed up. Prime Minister Shmyhal said. At the conference, the Prime Minister of Ukraine, that's more likely, Denis Shmyhal, announced that his country needs 750 billion for a 3-stage recovery plan. He added that Russia's invasion had directly cost the infrastructure of the country more than $100 billion. Other requests for Ukraine's reconstruction were also maintained by the Ukrainian leadership. Okay, well, that's the first out of 3 recovery plans through IMF. It's unbelievable. You bring the wolf to guard your ship. Okay. Someone says, I can't remember who was that. I think it was Noam Chomsky. Noam Chomsky or Howard Zinn. I think Noam Chomsky said, show me a country where IMF and the World Bank entered and it was a success. I don't know, maybe you guys, but a success. I'm not talking about success only by the little guys over there, that little guys, you know what I mean, that lead the country. And they're like all these things because they're still in power. They're kept in power to make these kind of deals that are not profitable for their countries. So yeah, show me those where you saw the IMF going in. And when you saw something created, look how much debt that country has. Look at how much debt it has. And then the economy goes as it goes. The inflation is as it is, and you have bankers that don't basically, what do they have? They have numbers. They don't back it with gold or anything. They have, real estate, because some countries defaulted, and they got the real estate, resold it, or keep it over there for better use. They have lands. It's unbelievable how the banks are more important than the businesses and the humans all of a sudden. Like, you don't let a bank, fall or fail on its own, but you would allow people, citizens, to do that, or businesses. A business now is a servant of a bank. That's how this capitalist system works now. I mean, it's been working like this for some time, but when you need, oh my God, banks, including the transfers that you have right now, everything through banks with an extra fee. All right, well, I hope Ukraine will be rebuilt. Don't get me wrong, but I would like to see examples in able to believe that that's going to be a success story. And I don't have those. I can look at countries that were destroyed by the alliance of good, or how that we, and the coalition of good, and where are they now? They've been trying to, how do you call it, build Afghanistan. Look at Afghanistan. Where is Afghanistan right now? Don't tell me they needed more time. They just dropped everything because they failed. How do you call that? A retreat? Okay, well, as Churchill said, at Dunkirk. He gave order to his commanders over there, to the generals, whatever, whoever was on the territory. Guys, advance to the coast, not retreat, advance to the coast. And then Hitler said, okay, time out, let them go, or whatever he said. Relax. Just when you can destroy them at one blow, he told his armies to rest about 24 hours, 48 hours. Just relax, enjoy yourselves. Yeah. So advance to the coast. We'll find out. We'll find out. I'm afraid Ukraine will be another country that will be incorporated into the. It was anyway, but now it's going to be gone. The international banking system. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.